Alien Covenant. This film, for me, I feel like there's not really a better way for me to phrase this film into one term than wasted potential. Now, I spouted that line a little before the podcast just for Squeedo to get, what's the word, acclimated to the term, because I'm going to be saying it a lot during Covenant. Oh, boy. I suppose I should just expand on what I mean by wasted potential now. Usually I like to go into a breakdown little bit by little bit with this film, but to be honest, I just want to get this part of it out of the way right now. And what I mean by wasted potential is I feel like Alien Covenant should have been the third film in this Ridley Scott trilogy. When it comes to...
You would think so.
Right. Because it seems like it's the end. It seems like all of the momentum in Prometheus was completely halted for Covenant. Now, what I don't like, even though I like the imagery of it and I see what they were going for, I do not like the fact that if we go from Prometheus to Covenant, and in Covenant, the Promethean's entire existence is boiled down to a flashback sequence. Now, I like the decision for David to kill all of the Prometheans, but I do not think it should have been something that was exposed in the middle of Covenant, but at the end of a second film between the trilogy. I would have liked to seen, como se dice, Elizabeth Shaw and David go out to that Promethean planet. Maybe learn some things, go into a separate adventure, something like that. And I want David to actually want to help the main person, a new purpose, a new directive. I want him to actually help Shaw, and then they figure things out little bit by little bit until near the end of the film, or as it builds up, Shaw is maybe going for, well, maybe the Prometheans are right. Maybe the Prometheans are doing this for a reason. She still has hope, while David has lost all hope. And, of course, Shaw, being human, doesn't understand these things and is acting irrational. So David betrays her and then kills all of the Prometheans on that planet at the end of a second film. That would have been a way better, interesting payoff than just a boiled down flashback sequence and a corpse near the end of the film. And that's just me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but he's an android. He already knew that there was no hope. I agree. And you know what? If we're looking at it purely practically without any kind of story writing prowess whatsoever, I do see David going and just killing all the Prometheans based off what happened to Weyland-Yutani. Absolutely. But is that really more entertaining to watch than what I've just described? All of that momentum that was built up through Prometheus, that we're going to go back, we're going to check the alien planet, and we're going to see what they're really all about. Is this just a chapter that's gone rogue? Is this the entire race? We need more answers. And they went with the most boring one, that all Prometheans are bad, those aliens are bad, and David had no fucking plan on actually working with Shaw and was just going to betray her immediately. It's boring. I'm just saying, because I understand where they're coming from with the whole android, he's set in his ways thing. But can you give us some suspense, some illusion? David is built up to be more than just an android, all right? He's built up to be a creator, somebody who wants to break out of his android skin, someone who looks at the androids made after him as slaves. They can't build that up more. He's just all of a sudden, he goes from servant to visionary. I feel like there was so much room in between Prometheus and Covenant that was not covered at all. And Covenant suffers for it heavily. It makes the entire film feel hollow, and it makes Prometheus feel like an entirely, almost entire waste of time. Because what the fuck was the point of Prometheus if they're all just going to get killed at the in Covenant, and Elizabeth Shaw gets no satisfying ending in any way, shape, or form? She doesn't even need a crazy satisfying ending where she survives. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Elizabeth Shaw, we should feel that betrayal. We should feel like David, oh, maybe David's actually turning to our side. He's really a nice guy. Make us hurt. Make us believe something. Give us some hope just so you could smash us down near the end of the film. Do that. I am 100% okay with that because it shows a really good storytelling with genuine care for the Alien franchise to try something new and to test its audience. What we got with Covenant was a cardboard cookie cutter Alien experience. It's as if he heard the criticism from Prometheus and just says, oh, okay, so you guys didn't like that. Okay, so I'm just going to pivot and I'm just going to go straight for the Xeno. Instead of actually fleshing out my interesting idea, I'm just going to go straight for the Xeno. As if it's a fuck you. You know what I mean? To either his universe, maybe the studio wanted it, but it felt like it was a personal fuck you to the fans, this one. I'm being honest, because everything built up through Prometheus was just spat on in this one, and that's the truth. So yeah, Alien Covenant, massive waste of potential, in my eyes. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, Alien Covenant was the first Alien movie I saw. It's not a good introduction to the franchise at all.
The first Alien film that I watched in theaters.
Same. It's the first Alien film I watched, period, and in theaters.
Yeah, right.
I saw it with a couple friends of mine because I've always been a Predator fan growing up, and so you got Alien versus Predator. I'd never seen any of the Alien movies, so when I hear that there's a new one coming out, it's like, oh, okay, let's go see that. Because, from an outside perspective, it's like, yeah, the Alien movies are just nothing but, like, cool horror movies. So, let's go and see it. And then we went to go watch it, and we were like, what the fuck was that? And I remember I was the one that suggested the movie, and my friend's dad was like, who the fuck suggested that? That was a shitty movie. And me sitting in the back all quiet, like,
Oh, that's awkward as fuck. Yeah, my dad took me to see Covenant. He wasn't exactly wowed. I was younger at the time, and I actually enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely boring, but I loved the concept of the xenomorph. I loved the slow burn that they tried to do, and I liked Michael Fassbender. I really did. I mean, who doesn't, right? But see, that's the thing. This was like, what, 80 years ago? I'm a young guy. 8 years ago means I was back in school. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's a completely different way to look at it now. And the way I look at it now is just a complete waste of my time. I don't know why I went back to rewatch this one. I'm being frank. Because I learned...
For the tier list.
I learned nothing. No, but that's the thing. I didn't learn anything new.
Oh, well, I didn't remember the movie, so...
Yeah.
I kind of had to watch it again.
I hear you. Yeah, same. But when I got reacclimated, the only real thing that I noticed was some of the casting. For example, Bob, Marco the Mexican from The Hateful Eight is here. Is underutilized woefully. Absolutely. Just some generic guy who survives near the end. You know what I mean? Complete waste of my time. Telling you. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this film in its general scope. I would like to talk about it more in detail and break it down, but I'll just nail some highlights, all right? Because we're short for time. It's already been 3 hours of recording this, and I'm sure I didn't cut much out. So, all right. So let's break this down little bit by little bit. Some of the dumbest shit that I remember from this movie. I remember when the main chick, her name was Daly, was talking to the captain and was saying, I don't really know if we want to go to this alien planet that we have not identified ever. We don't know what the fuck is out there. And then the captain retorts with, maybe we just missed the planet when we were scanning for years and making sure that we plotted the course correctly. Maybe we just missed the planet. Why don't we go? I don't know how stupid you have to be to risk a colony of 2,000 colonists and like hundreds of eggs or so, whatever the fuck it was. Thousands of people's lives, an entire fucking planet's worth of people to go to a new planet that you have no idea what's wrong, you have no idea where the signal is coming from, and you have no idea if the signal is friendly or hostile. Let's not even bring up aliens. What about space pirates? Huh? Where they coming from? All right? Listen. You don't know where it's coming from. You are not a rescue vessel. And Mother is not forcing you to land. Right now, you are making a dumb decision, a consciously dumb decision, to go to an alien planet where you have no idea what's what, who's who. You should just report the signal so it could be someone else's problem and go to the goddamn planet where you're supposed to be. Now, if this captain wasn't hyped up to be somebody that didn't believe in luck and didn't believe in 1 in a million errors, then maybe I could believe it and understand. Maybe he's a man of faith, or maybe he's a man where it's like, oh, well, you know, maybe there's a chance I'll just probe it. I'll just, you know, something like that. But no! He's a man where we're told that he's a man of reason. No matter what, he's practical. And so grounding that character in that way puts you in a chokehold because he's the one making the final decision to go to an alien planet where we know damn well you haven't scouted in any way, shape, or form. What would have been a good twist is if he was an android in cahoots with David, or he was just in on it with Wayland Yutani. I don't know, something like that, because that level of stupid is on Paramount, okay? That's it.
And that scene where he's sitting at the fire, like after a bunch of people got killed, and he's all sad, I did not feel bad for him at all. I was like, this was your dumbass's fault.
Yeah!
You're the one that got those other people killed. I do not feel sorry for you at all.
Of course not! Bro lost his wife, bro lost everything. And it's like, no, I don't fucking feel bad for you at all. And there is no redemption arc for your dumb ass. You risked the entire fucking colony for this? For a song? Stupid. Stupidest fucking decision possibly. It pissed me off because it wasn't forced. If it was something to where like, okay, well, we gotta go. Like in the first one where nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to do it, but Mother force landed them, and they had to do it no matter what. It was like, oh, shit, all right, well, I guess, you know. But that's not the case. Nobody was forced, they just went and did it. What they could have done, you know, oh my god, I should be paid as a fucking Hollywood actor. You know what they should have done? Oh, the flare has fucked up the ship, and it's not gonna be able to get to the planet that we're trying to get to, so let's land on this one. Boom! Why not?
Easy.
You know how fucking easy that was? I've thought about this for 2 minutes and I've already made a better excuse. It's logical. It makes sense because the solar flare is 1 in a trillion, whatever the fuck it was, so nobody planned for it.
1 in a trillion.
Exactly. And it's backed by the fact that, oh, we did some scans. Yeah, we'll try it. We can't really go anywhere else, so we're just going to have to make do on this planet. You know? Like, how stupid do you have to be to just make that decision consciously? And I like how they try to say, well, nobody's really urging to get back into the pods. I'm like, okay, I understand that. But does that have to be the best motivator? What I just gave you is the best motivator. We won't make it to that other planet. Did nobody think of that? Come on, guys. You know?
Yeah, the script needed another draft.
That's real as fuck. Listen, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. In fact, I am damn near the bluntest. And the fact that I brought this up tells me that you guys did not question Ridley Scott at all. You just let him cook, quote unquote. And it's a joke what he cooked.
I can already tell you what that meeting was. It's like, well, he did the original. He knows what he's doing.
Nah. He directed it. He didn't co-write the motherfucker, all right? Shit. In fact, I mean, did he co-write it or was he the only writer?
I don't even know. That's a question for Google.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. IMDb. Writers: Dan O'Bannon, Ronald Shusett, Jack Paglin. Oh shit, there's a few. The fuck? The writing credits based on characters. Story by Jack Paglin and Michael Green. So Ridley didn't write this one. Well, then what the fuck is... Oh my god, so it's even worse! You hired some other people, and you couldn't fucking be bothered.
John Logan and Dante Harper. You guys fucked up.
I'm looking at Jack Paglin and Michael Green. The screenplay, John Logan and Dante Harper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Green and Jack Paglin, that's story by. So well, when I hear story by, I always think like, okay, so they got like the premise or they did like the first draft, you know.
John Logan and Dante Harper finalized the screenplay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they fucked up majorly. Jesus Christ. Like, guys, I'm sorry. Listen, I've talked about this a lot when we were going off on Prometheus, but I'm going to bring this up here again. My suspension of disbelief is not to be, like, fucking trampled on, all right? I can believe a lot of shit, all right? I get myself immersed into a world. As long as it doesn't contradict itself too much, I'm fine. But just like in Prometheus, where they made really dumb decisions over and over and over, and I stopped caring, it's the same thing with Covenant. And let me explain. Let me show you another point that was fucking hilarious. So a person gets infected with the transmission, whatever the fuck, up the nose or in the ear. I don't know. I don't care. And he gets brought back to the ship that they arrived on. Thankfully, when they arrived, they all walked out with guns. Something that Prometheus should have fucking learned from.
Yeah.
You know, so they walk out with guns. But yeah, so one guy gets infected and he's brought back with two other people, and one person has already been in contact with him, and the other person is outside of the locked door that she put those two in. So while the backburster is coming out, the girl outside is, oh my god, what the fuck? She's so scared. She grabs a shotgun, she comes back to the room to kill that little shit. She sees it, and then she slips like a fucking Looney Tunes character onto her back. Whip, fucking, oh shit! It shoots the sky, shoots the ceiling, finally gets up again and starts running. Como se dice? Then she starts missing. And then at the final shot, she shoots near the alien, but she also shoots propane tanks in the ship and blows the entire fucking ship up. Like, the entire thing. It was a fucking Looney Tunes episode. She was just fucking, she slipped, she was fucking up. She caught her she caught her leg on a door that fucked up her leg so she couldn't run. She was limping, and then she blew up the ship. Like, come on, guys. Like, you can't find any better way to not make your characters look like utter fucking idiots and blow up the ship? Is there not a way to do that? Is that not possible? You know?
I guess not. Not according to Alien Covenant.
It's ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you, the screenplay was written as a comedy. Why do you think they casted James Franco and Danny McBride? It's a comedy. I'm telling you, it's the only way. But which, by the way, no shade on James Franco or Danny McBride. James Franco didn't do anything in this film, but McBride, he sold it for me. He sold me as a
I liked him a lot in this movie.
Yeah, he was the best part of it in my opinion. Besides Fassbender, Fassbender was the only bit that's better. But besides Fassbender, Danny McBride, baby, you know what I mean? Like, he's just solid. He felt real. You know what I mean? He felt like one of the only real characters in it. You know.
Yeah, he's the most down-to-earth guy in the movie.
Yeah, and you feel that, you know what I mean, throughout the entire thing. Whenever he's on screen, you know, it's like, oh, at least I can breathe now. And I'm saying, like, fuck, you know, because at least when he's on, I can tell that he's putting in some work. Danny McBride, I can tell he's putting in some work. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with him, because he was more, like I said, like the best human character in the entire thing, which is crazy. Crazy.
You know what I'm just realizing?
What?
That scene after the ship blows up, and then like there was a second guy that was infected, and so the alien pops out of his mouth, and then everyone's trying to kill it, and they're getting their asses kicked because obviously it's a fucking alien.
Right.
Why did the other android just stand there?
What, like waiting for shit to happen? What, like?
Yeah. Not David, the other
Yeah,
one
Walter,
that,
Walter.
like, they came, Walter. He didn't do anything. He was just watching them get fucking murdered.
Well, Walter doesn't shoot. It wasn't a thing to where androids were killing yet.
Well, I'm not saying he has to kill, but he can't tell them, like, oh, it's over there, or like I see it coming from this way. Like, he's just watching them get fucking murdered.
That would have created. Oh yeah. Because he had like didn't they do like a POV shot and he saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been like a really cool dynamic where it's like, okay, guys, everyone get together. The crew is like trained to like work together, which, you know, makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, everyone, 12 o'clock. Yeah, okay, everyone, back to back. Okay, I see something at the 3. He's going around my 6, you know, like it would have been a really cool, like slower movement where like the music just cuts and you can hear like the pulse monitor as shit gets closer around the grass and you see stuff running around. I'm making the ideas for you guys. What the fuck? Come on, man. It would have been
I'm seeing it now. Walter tackled the alien and then he got his hand melted off.
Right.
But even then, I feel like he still could have done more.
I feel like he could have done more, and that scene that I just fucking mentioned would have been a cool fucking dynamic because it would have made you way more scared of the aliens. Instead of a bunch of fumbling idiots with assault rifles, these guys are actually trained to work together, you know? So it's like, okay, everyone together, back to back, you know, because there are some like genuine like security guys there that like know how to use guns. You think that they would step up, but no, they're just bumbling idiots. They're bumbling idiots that have no coordination and no teamwork at all. So what the fuck? You know, what's the point of even having security guys? That's the thing. There are guys literally there just to protect the crew members. That's it.
Yeah.
And they have no teamwork.
And also, this crew is, like, not interesting. I would have liked if there were at least 2 guys that were, like, you know, like the military from Aliens, where it's just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna kick this alien's ass, no problem, and then they get fucking murked like right away. Yeah, a little
camaraderie, right? Nothing here. No subverting of expectations. Nothing. Every single person that is on that alien planet, except the androids, are completely boring.
Yeah.
Which makes me think, okay,
it's ridiculous.
Which makes me think, okay, these are all cannon fodder. Complete waste of my time. You know, like, I really couldn't care less about the main chick, or I don't even remember her name. What the fuck was her name again?
I don't remember her name either. I only remember Danny McBride. He's Tennessee, and then, of course, David.
Yeah.
As the android. That's it.
I like Walter. I like Walter a lot, the other android. I think he's great, not just because he's Michael Fassbender, but because of his dynamic with the main chick. I really wish they did more of that. Just saying. You know, they had like 2 lines together and that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna build that house. Alright, cool. Don't talk about it till the end of the film. Like, come on, guys. Give me more. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. You know, apparently there's like this whole short on YouTube or whatever, like a little short film, like for you to get to know the cast. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to. I shouldn't have to watch a short to get acclimated with your film. It just doesn't make sense. It feels like that was a deleted scene. You know what I mean? It's just not an entire thing there. It's just deleted because we want to get straight to the action. Oh, do we really care about these actors? Yes, we care about these characters. We want to anyway. I always prefer actually good character work rather than cannon fodder. I think that goes without saying, you know?
Yeah. It's like I mentioned in my Alien Romulus review on my channel, that Alien Covenant falls heavily into this category. A lot of horror movies, especially slashers, don't bother with their characters because, well, they're gonna die anyway, so who gives a fuck? And Alien Covenant is 100% that kind of movie. It's just like, oh, these people are here to die. You don't got to care about them. They develop like 2 characters, and that's it. And one of them's fucking David, who's an android.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's what it is. It's a complete joke. And once again, this movie completely ruins the momentum for Prometheus. Absolutely just nips it right there. Because at the end of Prometheus, I was like, damn, there really should be a movie after this one. But no, we get Covenant. I mean,
especially with the way Prometheus ended, it felt like a cliffhanger.
That is a massive cliffhanger. We're going to check out this alien planet, and we're going to do the thing. I'm going to say it one more time. It's that moment where David kills the entirety of that Promethean planet should have been the end of a second film. Should have been where, okay, I just betrayed Shaw, now I'm going to get rid of the entire planet. At the end of a film where you don't know what side he's on yet.
Yeah. That would have been a cliffhanger to end a second movie.
Fuck yeah!
And that's how you get people interested in a trilogy, you know? Because then it's like, oh shit, where does he go from here?
Fuck yeah! Once again, it doesn't take a rocket science to tell you this shit, man. I'm not saying I'm better than the Hollywood writers or whatever. I'm sure they were forced or pushed or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there were clear things that could have been done, and they chose not to do it, in essence of simplifying and dumbing down the film, which makes it worse, considering the franchise that it's in. If this was a Friday the 13th film, no one would give a shit. But it's not.
Yeah, this would be passable.
Exactly, but it's not. It's an Alien film. And Alien is known for subverting your expectations and having strong, intelligent characters and writing. Just strong in every aspect, making timeless films. And Prometheus, while it isn't exactly an Alien 1 or Alien 2, it has definitely got traits of the originals that you can see. And it's original in its premise. You know, so once again, potential. And then when you see Covenant, you're just like, who the fuck got their grubby, piss-stained hands all over this thing? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a complete just ruining of the momentum of Prometheus. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
It's a joke.
And it's even stupider because it's like, you know, oh, Ridley Scott intended for this story to be a trilogy. You can tell with Covenant, they didn't know what the fuck they were trying to do. They were throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And then Ridley Scott's just, oh, yeah, this is where the story's going. This is the direction.
Absolutely.
And it's like, why? This is not a proper sequel.
It feels like Ridley Scott felt like he wouldn't get a third film, which is crazy because Prometheus did numbers.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then you look at Covenant, where it's like, well, if they actually went with a similar model to what I'm bringing up, where it's like we get to see the Promethean planet, and it gets a big payoff at the end with a crazy ending, you know, it would have made money too, just like Romulus, how it has a crazy cool build up in the second and third acts, and has a crazy thing happen at the end to make audience buzz about it. Come on, guys, this is basic stuff that I'm talking about here. This is stuff that I'm sure they thought about initially and probably were shot down.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they landed on this.
Like you touched on before, like I wouldn't be surprised if the whole Xenomorph thing was a studio mandate, and even just like the name Alien Covenant, because, you know, Prometheus doesn't have the alien name attached to it.
Right.
But it is an alien movie, at least for 2 seconds at the end. And so I wouldn't be surprised with Covenant, the studio is just like, we need an alien in this. But the thing is, I don't understand why you needed to get to that Xenomorph at the end, when the Neomorphs, I think, would have just been a fine substitute.
Yeah.
I was fine with the Neomorphs.
I like them.
Bursting out that dude's back, bursting out of the
crazy
dude's mouth.
Cool body
like,
horror. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little different. It's a little unique. They're like Xenomorphs, but they're not. They're a little more cat-like. They're a bit quicker.
I think...
And so...
Go ahead.
I think like that just would have been fine. It's like if the studio wants us to call it Alien Covenant, yeah, you can put the alien name on it. It's whatever. But you don't need the Xenomorph in this movie. That, to me, that feels rushed. That it's like, okay, we need to get to this point so people know it's a prequel. It's like, we already know it's a fucking prequel. Take your time and develop the shit and make it interesting.
And you know what scene would have been so much fucking better if it was in a third film rather than Covenant? Or rather, Covenant was the third film. Anyway, you get it. What scene would have benefited the most from having a film in the middle and then the third film happening here? Is that scene where David sees the birth of his xenomorph creation, and when the xenomorph is finally birthed, it looks at David, and David looks back, and it mimics David's movement. The birth of the xenomorph, the first ever created by an android to spite the gods that created him, or that created his creators. That is a powerful shot that is absolutely wasted on this film. Once again, just a complete joke. Covenant felt like it was trying to achieve 2 movies at once, and it was a complete amalgamation of terrible writing.
Yeah.
I wish that we got the Ridley trilogy. I really do. I really wish that the studio or whoever pushed them to do this shitty story would have grown some patience and grown some balls and understood that if you want a series that people are going to come back for again and again and again, you need to actually build these stories with proper care and patience. Not this fucking popcorn slasher bullshit, man. Not Alien. Not an Alien.
It's funny you say that this movie felt like 2 movies at once, because it does feel like that, and simultaneously, nothing fucking happens in this movie.
Tell me about it! Say it again! Say it again!
Nothing fucking happens in this movie.
Yeah!
It feels like 2 movies at once, and also a short film for the last 20 minutes. This could have just been an Alien short film the last half hour, and I would have been fine with it.
This could have been an email.
This really could have been an email, bro. Alien Covenant is the most this could have been an email movie of the franchise.
So, yeah, I mean, there's so many small things that I could bring up, but brother, let's be honest. If I'm doing that, it's going to be in a complete review of the film, probably right after seeing it. This is just a tier list, goddammit. And if you guys really, and if you guys really want to know more, trust me, we'll go into further detail in the future. But for now, we have to place this bad boy on the list. And even with all of its flaws and how pissed off the film makes me, I cannot put it at F tier. I can't.
No, it's not F.
I don't think it's F, and I don't think it's the level of Prometheus, so it's got to be a solid D tier.
Yeah, I guess to talk about positives from, my perspective. Obviously, we got Michael Fassbender and Danny McBride. We already talked about them.
Absolutely.
The visuals are really fucking good.
I love
this movie looks really good.
Absolutely. I love the dynamic between Walter and David. I love the fact that David looks at Walter with disgust and wanted him to be more, but was disappointed by the fact he is just a mere slave. I love that dynamic. I love that theme. I love David's character. I just really fucking wish he got a second film in between those 3. All right? Go ahead.
I also really like, I like the first 10 or so minutes when they land on the planet. Basically, when the Neomorph kills a shit ton of people and then runs away and David comes and saves them. Cut from there, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The boring, the middle is boring. I can English. And then I like that third act when the Xenomorph is first introduced and wreaking havoc. Yeah, that's also fun.
I like him running around. I do not like I don't like the level of intelligence that the Xeno is playing with. For example, I remember when a big crane was attacking. Oh, come on, say so. They were on a big ship, right? And the main chick was on a rope hanging off the bottom of the ship while it was in midair shooting at the alien. And I just thought, okay, this is not Fast and the Furious, but I'll let them cook. And then when she gets back on the ship or whatever, apparently the alien is attacked by a big crane thing, and the alien thinks that it's alive and starts attacking the crane because it looks like a big mouth. So I guess the alien thought it was a monster, except that's not really how an alien registers threats. You know what I mean? But okay, an alien would just see that as a big piece of metal. But all right, who cares, right? you know, sure.
And even then, if the alien just saw the lights and then, thought it was a big thing attacking him, it would have ran away.
Yeah,
it's a hit and run creature.
Yeah, that's another thing.
You literally see that in the scene when the Neomorph is attacking the group of people. It kills someone, runs away.
Yeah,
hides off in the bushes, comes back, kills someone, runs away. That's how the Xenomorphs attack.
A complete contradiction. And the Xenomorph did the same thing. Como se dice? And the Xenomorph in the third act, when it finally started wreaking havoc, it's a cool, satisfying thing. But if you think about the Xenomorph in general, the Xenomorph never does this. The Xenomorph would have latched onto their ship and just stayed at the bottom. Just waited for them to get into the big ship, and then started killing one by one by one. Right? Like how he does. But why would he have this massive fucking moment where they're on the ship and they're the Xeno doesn't do that. They just wanted something for the trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shower scene is just trailer
Oh,
footage.
tell me about it. That really is trailer footage. One thing I want to mention at the end when they shot the alien out of that airlock,
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, did they depressurize the room first? Because it didn't look like they did. So
I don't think so.
what was stopping them from being shot out alongside the alien?
Especially the girl,
Yeah.
because she was right next to the xenomorph when
Well,
that happened.
he didn't even get shot out of the airlock. It was a thing where it's like, okay, we're gonna open the doors
It was a
now.
cargo bay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like the alien got caught in something, and then it pushed him away. Was that what it was? Either way, it wasn't depressurized, and it was an airlock that just opened. So every single alien film that's ever been made knows that when something gets fucked up in an alien ship and it's open space, it's a vacuum immediately. Whoosh, you know what I mean? And everything gets shot out, right? I mean, shit,
Yeah.
we learned that in every alien film. In this one, I guess we just forgot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once again.
And what Alien Romulus told me is that the alien from Covenant is probably still out there somewhere.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Covenant's probably still alive. Even if he got speared through the chest, that don't matter. Motherfucker, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing, because he got fucked up by that forklift right through the chest, but he was still alive. Shit. You never know.
Probably.
You never know.
Yeah. The thing is, xenomorphs just feel like it.
Yeah.
That's like the epitome of their being. They just feel like it. Why
Yeah.
are you killing us? We feel like
feel
it.
like it, yeah.
How are you still alive? I felt
I
like
feel
it.
like it. Yeah. Aliens don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's the truth.
Because think of I think of like Aliens, right? And it's like, they're shooting the shit out of these xenomorphs and killing them. And then I played like Alien Isolation. I got a revolver. A revolver's not like a smart gun or a pulse rifle, but I shoot the alien. I expect something to happen. Nope, it's fucking bulletproof. He literally said, "Fuck you."
I just had an epiphany.
What's up?
Alien Covenant was not meant to be about the survivors. Alien Covenant, and I'm not reading this anywhere. Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
Alien Covenant was meant to be about David. I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, what do you think? I'm saying that in the second film, it transfers from Shaw over to David, and we don't even really get the build-up scenes. We don't really get the made-up drama or these people are likable thing. And it makes the quote-unquote twist at the end of Covenant make so much more sense because it doesn't feel like a twist. It doesn't even feel like a big reveal. It just feels like something that was supposed to happen because David had already planned it. David was supposed to be the main focus of Covenant because, once again, we already learned that he was a traitorous bastard in the second film. Instead, they try to ham-fist it with a corpse, you know what I mean, and try to give you a weird fake-out at the end, when really it shouldn't have been portrayed as a fake-out, but just something that was inevitable. Once again, a second film. I feel like there was a plan for a film in between Prometheus and Covenant. There must have been. There's no way that
Probably.
I look at it now, and I'm seeing that David's reveal at the end is so obvious and blatant and horribly hidden, is because that wasn't the original intention. But now it is. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm 100%. I believe now that there was a plan for a second film to be in between Prometheus and Covenant, and we never got it. Because we needed the Xeno right away. So Ridley had to rush it. Or the screenplay writers had to rush it, but you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I get from all of this. Covenant is literally just the rush version of the trilogy.
Unfortunately.
Once again, the epitome of wasted potential.